I did it. I finally found my Goldilocks moment when it comes to the right amount of journals and planners. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Freddie, and after 3 years of trial and error, planner FOMO, and way too many empty pages, I think I finally cracked the code, my Goldilocks moment. Every notebook in my 2025 setup has a purpose, and I've even found a way to keep journaling fun by bringing my fountain pen obsession into the mix. But here's a bigger question though. Will this setup actually work long term, or will I be back to square one? So let's dive into my 2025 plan and stick around. I'm spilling the tea on the one thing I still cannot find in a planner. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. And if you do enjoy these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Let's dive in. All right, so let's start with the Hobonichi weeks. The Hobonichi weeks, if you're new to this, is sort of like a wallet size. It's about 3.75 inches by 7.4. This particular one I got in an English version. What's unique about Hobonichi weeks is the layout. So you got that 1 week of horizontal column and a blank page per 2-page spread. There are two flavors of Hobonichi. This one is the standard, and the other one is a mega, which is the one I'm using currently for this year and for the past 3 years, I want to say. The standard has it has the standard pages, but what's unique is, or what's the difference is, the blank pages. So the standard one comes with 73 grid memo pages. So it's right here. So these are the blank, basically like blank pages. You get 73 of those, while the mega has a whopping 217 of blank pages, which I wasted, as you can see. The one I got for this year, for 2025, is the Unsodo Bijutsukai. I'll make sure to add a link in the description below so you can see where the inspiration came from. So I love this design. It's very artsy. So my Hobonichi weeks is strictly for work planning this year. Every Sunday, I'll sit down to map out my tasks, meetings, and goals for the week. And if you've seen my previous Plan With Me video, you already know my setup. It's pretty straightforward template. If not, go check it for some inspo. Oh, actually, I can show you one. So essentially, it looks like that. So one side is meetings. The other side is the notes about that meeting or anything that I need to remember before I go to that meeting. And on the right side, I use the bullet journal method for my tasks and for anything that I need to remember for the whole week that I can move forward to the following week. So very, very simple setup, and it's really working for me. What I love about the weeks is how it keeps things simple but super effective. It's all about staying on top of my professional life without any unnecessary fluff. That said, because of the nature of my job, I still rely heavily on my Outlook calendar. I'd call this planning style a true hybrid. So the way I use it is I only write down meetings that I'm only actively involved in. No ad hoc meetings unless there are follow-ups that I need to track. The weeks is mostly my task manager and a space for things that pop up during the week. For tasks, I still lean on the bullet journal method, as I showed you guys earlier. So honestly, it's a 50-50 split between my Hobonichi weeks and Microsoft Outlook. And so far, it's working perfectly for me. So looking forward to using my very first standard weeks, because when I started with Hobonichi, I started strictly with Mega, because I really thought I could use it for my project management, but no, we have a software for that, and honestly, that's a lot easier to do. So I definitely downsized this year, and so let's see how this one works. Next up is the Hobonichi Techo Planner. So this is an A6 size, which is about 4.1 inches by 5.9 inches wide. It has 464 pages, and this is a 1 day a page that also includes, these are all pretty standard for all Hobonichi Techos. So you got the yearly, you got the monthly calendar, and yearly index. I think I just passed the yearly index. And this only comes in English, so I like that. Turning the page to a new year. So yeah, this only comes in English, and like I said, the format is very consistent with the rest of the Hobonichi planners. You get the moon phases right there, and the little quotes at the bottom. Some people don't like those, but for my use case, it doesn't bother me a bit. Sometimes I even read it. So yeah, so this one is specifically for my Dear Diary space. It's a spot for deep thoughts, gratitude, and all my personal reflections. I'm committing to journaling in this daily because it's such an important grounding tool for me. What I do love about this journal is how it gives me that dedicated space. So that's 1 day a page to process my inner world, if you want to say that. And I suppose you could say also that this falls into a bit of a hybrid category. When I'm stuck or need a nudge, I'll open an app called Day One on my phone. I can't show you my phone because I'm recording with my phone, but it's called Day One app. It's a digital diary. I don't really use it to write, but their journaling prompts are lifesavers when I need some inspiration. So if you know of another app that solely does journaling prompts and you highly recommend it, please leave it in the comments. I'm still in the hunt for some good journaling prompts app out there. Most of the time, though, I am writing more existential deep dives, and regardless, I always try to sprinkle in some gratitude because honestly, there's always something to be thankful for every single day. If I may show you guys what my current setup, and I think you guys have seen this too. If you follow me on Instagram, I usually post some things here. Unfortunately, I can't open too much. Oh, this one I could show you guys. This was my entry last Saturday. So I used the prompt here. It says, "What is my favorite way I like to spend my weekend by myself? Thank you." So yeah, this is basically how this, I guess that Saturday I wasn't really in the mood to write, so I just used the prompt, and it worked. So now I can go back to this and laugh. So yeah, basically that's how I use this planner. So I'm probably gonna reuse this cover. I purposely did not get a new cover this year because I really like this cover, so I probably reuse it. All right, that is my Hobonichi Techo planner. All right, so this one, if you're following me or if you're subscribed to my channel, you've seen this many times. This is the Traveler's Notebook. So if you're new to Traveler's Notebook, this is a leather cover, a notebook cover. It's about 9 by 5.7 inches, so it's pretty big. You have to use very specific size inserts for these. So it's the same kind of, it's a TN. You just look for traveler size notebook inserts, and I mean, it's not, obviously you can get it from Traveler's Notebook, but there's so many places now that carries it. I actually ordered mine from Baumkuchen, which is actually a collaboration with Traveler's Notebook, but it has more pages. Still waiting for it. I think it has 190 pages. I can't remember. It's Tomorrow River paper, as opposed to the one that. Let me just open one. There you go. Um, if you get the one from Traveler's Notebook, they use Midori paper. So from Baumkuchen, it's actually Tomorrow River paper. So I prefer Tomorrow River paper. Although I have nothing against Midori, it has worked for me for many years. But yeah, it's highly customizable. So it's depending on your inserts, So you get, like, for me, I have this little folder thing. Some people use like a card holder. It's basically a blank canvas. You can put some patches here if you want. Some people even paint their TNs. It's so impressive. And when the leather patinas, that maturation is what makes it really special. This one is black, so you can't really see it, but I have a brown one, and it patinaed so nicely. It's almost like got darker in some areas. It's so pretty. So that's the beauty of Traveler's Notebook. So this notebook is my happy place, my memory journal for capturing all the little moments. I plan to update it daily. The key word here is update. So there's no pressure to write. If I'm not in the mood, I can just slap on some photos, stickers, or create a quick collage. It's all about going with the flow and capturing memories in a way that feels right for the day. That flexibility is what makes TN so special. Let me see if I can find here we go. So this one right here, I didn't feel like writing. So I think I bought a couple of pens, and it all arrived in the same day. So I just basically took all the little those little pamphlets from the order or from the manufacturer, and I just put it all in this page. So it clearly says right there, I don't know what to write because I really don't know what to write. But yeah, so yeah, got the Kaveco, Sailor, Esterbrook, Schaefer. Yeah, I guess they all came at the same day, and I just put it here. So that's basically how I use my TNs, right? For those of you who use Traveler's Notebook specifically for travel journaling, you already know TNs are perfect for that. But when I decided to make this as my memory, I said, well, I can always bring this notebook, right? This is my memory notebook. And then if I'm traveling, I can add another notebook. I mean, that's what the inserts are for, right? So, that flexibility, like I love that flexibility that I can just add or remove things as I go. Fun fact, I actually stopped using my TNs for an entire year. Yeah, but I missed it so much. So for 2025, I'm making it my official memory journal. And I forgot, only happy thoughts go here. Yeah, I don't do anything heavy in here. Only things that happen to me during the day, and usually it's very lighthearted. There you go. I wouldn't say happy, but it's not like deep. That's what that's what this is for. I own 4 TNs, and I try to rotate them as much as I can. Right now, I'm using the Tokyo edition, and for inserts, I forgot. For the inserts, I use the day-free. I think that's what they call it. The date-free diary. So you enter the date here, and you do your writing here. So I buy this. I just get it from Amazon. It's pretty quick. It's always available. And I can get it the next day if I want to. So yeah, so that's what I use. For traveling though, I do own like blank ones like this, so I can put pictures and collage and all that. And it's there's no dates or anything like that. There's no grids. So I do use that when I'm traveling. Yeah, so I don't know if you remember when I said that I'm still on the hunt for the perfect planner or journal. The TN is what started that search. I loved it so much, but sometimes it feels just a little bit limiting. So, but more on that later. All right, the next one is the Aura Estelle Daily Planner. This one specifically is the 2025 Classic Daily in a B6. So this is 7.5 by 5 inches. 7 inches by 7 inches by 5 inches. It's very, very interesting format, actually, and that's what drawn me to this. It also has the same. It has a yearly calendar, monthly calendar. You know, they got the weeks and the daily pages. It's about 488 pages. It's quite compact, but I'm still trying to find a good cover. Galen, perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, so this is my everyday carry and dashboard. So I've been a fan of the Hobonichi Cousin A5 for the past 5 years, which I have right here. And as you can see, let me find a page that is blank enough. So as you can see, the difference, right? It's pretty small than an A5. And I mean, honestly, it's amazing, but honestly, but it's just too big. It's just way too big. The A6, you already saw the A6, is way too small. That's an A6. So I even consider a traveler's passport size. I don't know if you guys seen that. That is tiny. Then there's the Plotter Bible, which I thought was the perfect size too, but I just can't do rings. No rings for me. So this is my Goldilocks moment, actually. It's finding something not too big, not too small, but just right. So B6 is the perfect one for me. I had to choose between Sterling Ink and Aura Estelle. Both are fantastic planners, but Aura Estelle's unique format really caught my eye. So here we are. I like the fact, actually I can show you guys. So I like the fact that, oh, this is a good one. So you know how your monthly calendars on most, actually I can show you here. It's all in one section, right? So all the months are in the beginning of the page or the beginning of the planner, right? You get from January to December. With Aura Estelle, it's scattered all over. So you get, so let's say this is January, right? And it's followed by, well, there's that blank pages, so you can put your, I don't know, reflection or maybe your mood board, whatever you guys call it. And then it's followed by the weeks. So you got the first week right here of January. And then immediately after that, instead of just a one pager like the Hobonichi weeks, it's actually 7 pages of like 1 page a day, right? So here's Sunday. And then it's followed by the second week. So you get the second week right there, second week of January, and then so on and so forth. Then once you go to February, right? You go to February 31. Oh, this is still the week of February. You get the February calendar, right? So to me, that's very convenient, right? So if I want to look at just my February from, you know, like if I want to quickly glance at my February calendar, I can do it from here. And then I can reference, you know, my weeks here, reference the days, reference my days to the weeks, and then to weeks to the calendar. It's instead of me flipping all the way to the front, Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. But I thought this is genius. So I love this format. Um, this planner, though, I will probably be using this for mostly my notes, like quick notes, personal appointments, social media, this YouTube thing, and random to-dos that pop up during the day. So basically, this will be my brain in planner form. So let's see how it holds up. All right, so maybe this is a good segue. The hunt for my unicorn planner has been real, to say the least. My perfect planner has to have fountain pen friendly paper, non-negotiable. I love the idea of monthly calendars scattered throughout, like Orestel, but without all the extra fluff. No weeks, no trackers, no endless quarterly goals or vision boards. Just give me dated or undated pages for each month, a few blank pages for reflection or mood boards, and that's it. Why is it so impossible to find? All I want is a fountain pen heaven with clean, simple layout that fits in my traveler's notebook. No compromises. It has to fit my traveler's notebook. Why can't this exist? I know I can grab inserts, right? I know I can grab for like if I'm looking for a traveler size notebook to journal. I know I can grab the inserts, which I have it now. But sometimes you just want one seamless book, something to keep writing in. Just flipping back through when you feel nostalgic, or maybe even reread your ramblings from 7 months ago. Is that too much to ask? I mean, if you know where this mythical unicorn planner exists, please drop it in the comments, because honestly, my quest for planner peace is feeling more like never-ending journey. Sorry, that's my rant for this one. All right, so this is the Archer and Olive A5 notebook. So it's A5, so it's about 5.83 by 8.27 inches. 160 GSM paper, pretty thick. Yeah, it can actually withstand water-based markers, stamps, sometimes even watercolor. So it's zero bleeding, zero ghosting. That's why I love this Archer and Olive. It's supposed to lay flat, but you have to train it. But it can lay flat. This one has 176 pages, and it is a dot grid notebook. So I know I normally use regular grid. What do you call that? Line grid. But this one is a dot grid. This notebook is where I'm going to try my hardest to keep things up, but with zero pressure. It's mostly for creative journaling, but I'm giving myself permission to go with the flow. So if I feel inspired, I'll grab it and start collaging, but if not, that's totally fine. This time, it's all about journaling when the creative mood strikes, not forcing it. So, but I used to fill this up. Oh my God. Do I have it? No, I don't have it anymore. I put it in a box somewhere. But yeah, I used to fill this up, like 3 of these every day in the beginning of my journaling journey. It was my bullet journal phase, and then it transitioned quick because bullet journaling wasn't for me either. But it transitioned into more creative journaling, and that was during COVID actually. So it really helped me during COVID. But anyway, because I have way too many Archer and Olive notebooks, I've decided to dedicate this notebook to a book and movie journal. So I just need a space to fangirl over my latest reads and binge-worthy shows. Nothing wrong with that. I've been watching these super creative YouTube videos about reading journals. Really, really great people, very creative folks. And they've been giving me all the inspo. So once I've nailed down my setup, I promise I'll share a video about it. This is my first time trying something like this, actually. And I don't think it'll be a daily or even a weekly habit. But I'm adding it to my 2025 journal lineup, and honestly, I'm excited. I've already picked up some cute book and reading themed washi tapes and stickers, so I can't wait to start setting it up. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be fun. All right, so last but definitely not the least is my Sterling ink notebook. So yeah, I do own a Sterling ink notebook in a TN size. It's Tomoe River paper. So far, it's, like when I spoke about my unicorn planner, like 2 of them got checked already, right? This would have been perfect, except this one only has 269 pages. And it doesn't have the calendar. So it's really just a notebook. This is really just a notebook, and it's a grid notebook. But funny thing, I didn't even know I didn't even remember I had this. I'm pretty sure I bought this last year and I forgot all about it. But now it's got a purpose. This is going to be my dedicated journal for my fountain pen and ink obsession. I'll use it to log my favorite inks, test out new pens, and keep track of what's currently inked. Because honestly, half the time I can't even remember which ink is in which pen, and that's a problem. So hopefully this will help me stay on top of things. I'm planning to update it maybe once a month. I mean, let's be real. Fountain pens and collecting inks, it's such a fun hobby. It deserves its own space, but I don't think I'm going to be buying pens or inking pens every day. But just a dedicated journal for this just feels right. So yeah, so I'm excited to use this one. So after 3 years of journaling, I've realized that overwhelm is the enemy. If I try to do too much, I end up doing nothing. So this year, I've organized my system to work with me, not against me. Journaling should be fun, therapeutic, and stress-free, right? It's like chatting with your bestie. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just letting it out. So that's it. That's my 2025 planner setup, and I'm so ready for the year ahead. What does your lineup look like? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're planning your year. And if you found this helpful or inspiring, give it a like, hit subscribe, and ring that little bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Let's make 2025 our most organized, creative, and stress-free year yet. Happy planning, everyone. Bye.